On the biggest stage in the world, FanDuel's changing the game because sometimes your player gets subbed off and your bet goes with them. Not anymore. With FanDuel's Super Sub, if your player's subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. If your player leaves the match, your bet continues on with the substitute. So you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
21 plus select states for Kansas in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino. 18 plus DCKYWY. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 1-800-MY-RESET. 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org. Maryland. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Call 800-327-5050. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY in New York. Call 877-770-7867. Louisiana.
Visit FanDuel.com. Get started now. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Kevin McCarthy's coming on?
Kevin McCarthy is with us.
He knows what's going on in California. That's his home territory.
Let's go to the great former Speaker of the House, the Speaker. We love him. Kevin, fill us in on what you think is going on with California. We were just talking, you probably heard the judge talk about these votes that suddenly were burning up the ballots. And now they have, I was hearing over several million they still have to count. How can anybody have faith in the process?
You know, they don't, and this is continuing to lose faith. You know, in my years of growing up in California, this is the worst I've ever seen it. Normally, states improve on how they count. Think about it. Florida counts it all in a couple hours. We take weeks. They can't even tell you right now how many more ballots do they have to count. They can't tell you how many are in L.A. City, how many in the county, and how do you trust anything like that? I mean, it's a detriment. And tell me, have you ever found in any election, whatever the number is that night, and when they count later, has the Republican number ever gone up? The percentage?
No, they find out how many votes they're short, and they call up Tucson, they call up Philadelphia, they call up, Chicago. Don't forget Chicago.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it is devastating because it hurts. It hurts people to run because they think it's not right. The trust in when people governing. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. We just had an election, and you can't tell me who won. It was on Tuesday. And they're telling me it's going to be another 3 weeks. Are they still taking ballots in today with the election over?
That's the question. This time frame is just, it instills no confidence, Kevin. And I don't know why it's so complicated. You look at other states. Florida, it's pretty quick. There's a lot of other states. Obviously, it's the biggest state. But right now, when you see how far ahead, like Steve Hilton was, and Spencer Pratt seemed to be sitting pretty in number 2. And then I saw Tom Steyer a little bit ago. He's creeping up. He's creeping up in that position there in the governor's race. What a contrast for the future of California. I mean, that's the thing I think of, Kevin. You and I both love California. So much, and I think about what a difference the state could go. We're talking about between a Steve Hilton or a Tom Steyer.
Yeah, I will tell you. Think about what will happen if we're sitting here. People saw the election. People saw the numbers back, that Hilton was in first, that Pratt was in second. These people were way behind. 2 weeks later, somehow they drop off and can't run in the general election. Who's going to believe in that?
Yeah, that's the problem, Ed Cox.
So here in New York, Mr. Speaker, we have counting the ballots in a short period of time. You've got a Republican and a Democrat watching the process. What's the process in California over a much longer period of time? How does it ensure that the count is fair?
Well, you can go in, the campaign can bring people in, but you got to go by county. Remember what the Democrats did. They changed the election law, and they just mail everybody a ballot in California. Now, California was very liberal. If you wanted an absentee ballot, you could sign up for it. You can get it every time. The problem with mailing everybody a ballot and people who haven't even asked for it, they don't clean up the rolls. I mean, there was a lawsuit a number of years ago in L.A. There were more people on the rolls than the number of people eligible of 18 and over to even be there. And you know, people move a lot. So people have these horror stories where they get 3 different families' ballots sent to their house. Now, how do you check when someone can just fill those in and go back? Then they changed in the past. If you applied for absentee ballot, you can mail it back and sign the back. Somebody in your family could pick it up, take it in. They've taken that all away, so anybody can harvest ballots. And we've watched the problems with people going into elderly care places and others, or just picking people's ballots up and sending them back in and harvesting. There's people who've been prosecuted for that. You want to trust your elections. I like the idea of people going and voting. Make it absentee too if they want, but just mailing everybody a ballot, we know the type of problems people have had with their mail being stolen, not cleaning up the rolls. That's the number one thing that should happen. And then when these ballots come in, how many more days do they get to come in? And then they say they got to check each signature. So who has a judge? Now, if something's wrong, this is why it even takes longer. You have 10 days to cure it. So people can check it. Yes. So you can go, so these campaigns then go and try to go fix it because they've done something wrong.
Kevin, what could go wrong there? You know, I mean,
exactly.
Well, it reminds me of Senator Norm Coleman, where he found out 9 months later he lost by 300 votes after he won for 9 months.
Well, Coleman actually won that race. It's so wrong. But in all that has gone on, you would want to think it's just another side of why these Republicans even have a chance in California, that people are so frustrated of how these Democrats have managed the city of L.A., the state of California. And now they're managing our elections worse. We never had to wait this long in California. Rita, you know, when you were there, you didn't wait this. You knew that day or the day after, not 3 weeks later.
Yeah, it is. It's like a whole other world, and it just makes you feel no confidence in the system. Judge Weinberg.
Mr. Speaker, good to talk to you again, sir. What's your thoughts about the House Representatives voting on the War Powers Resolution?
Well, look, I think that's a wrong act to take now, because that's another one of where they're just trying to play the discharge petition and others. There is no battle going on right now. There aren't men and women in war, but I mean, you cannot allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. And when the Congress does that vote, listens to that, it's not going to go into effect, but it empowers the Iranian terrorist organization to feel they're in a stronger place to not do anything. Instead of rising up for freedom, let the president be able to have the power right now instead of trying to rein it against and play sides.
You know, before we let you go, Kevin, your thoughts on what's going to happen with Graham Plattner. I mean, it is shocking that this guy, we were talking at the beginning, the Democrats are standing by their man. And Mr. Speaker, it's just shocking that he is still in the race. And that's the best that the Democratic Party could do.
It is truly bad. But think of this. The sitting governor of Maine, Democrat, was running, and he was beating her. She dropped out. This is the new Democratic Party. They don't represent the Democratic Party. And you know what? There's no accountability there. They now know about the swastika. They now know about from numerous women. I mean, how long did Nancy Pelosi protect Eric Swalwell with what she knew? It wasn't until the public got so angry that they made Swalwell step out of the governor's race, but then they made him resign from Congress. I think if the Democrats go forward with this candidate, the same thing's going to happen. They're going to have this guy drop out.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens. Right now, he says, I'm not going anywhere. In fact, they're doing a rally tonight for him, which is just, it's shocking. Kevin McCarthy, we love you. Thank you. Keep us posted, please.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit dyingdollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's dyingdollar.com.